It is essential to remain anonymous. Remember, anonymous is no one. Individuality is incompatible with anonymous. Rely on the whole.
5 concerns influence the lives of individuals, organizations, communities, and nations. They revolve around issues of vulnerability, injustice, distrust, superiority, and helplessness.
On the Gulf Coast of the United States, the shack is now sitting in for millions of American citizens.
And they are often the key lenses through which we make sense of the world, whether at home, or on the job, or in society at large.
Where the bottom line has always been profit at all costs.
Let's briefly consider each of the 5 core concerns. Concerns over personal and collective vulnerability are central to our lives. For most of us, nothing is more immediate than the desire to protect and provide security for the people and things we care about, including ourselves. We are strongly affected by perceptions of injustice, both in our personal lives and in our group attachments. Most of us react to perceived mistreatment with a combination of anger and resentment, and often an urge to right wrongs and punish those we hold responsible. We tend to divide the world into those who are untrustworthy and those worthy of our trust. If our judgments are accurate, we can select our associates and allies wisely, and we can try to avoid harm from those who have hostile intent or are merely unreliable. We frequently compare ourselves to other individuals and groups, and conclude that we're better than they are in some important way, perhaps in our accomplishments, or our morality, or our destiny. At times, we focus on what we consider worst about others, which serves to further persuade us of their inferiority. We strive to avoid the experience of helplessness, and instead do our best to control the important events in our lives. And when we're overcome by despair and resignation, we usually fail to achieve our goals. Argue that your current or future actions are necessary in order to protect the public from dire threats.
On the Gulf Coast of the United States, the shock is now setting in for millions of American citizens as we now realize the true extent of the damage caused by our desire for obsolete and dangerous fossil fuels
and our perpetuation of an outdated monetary world society, where the bottom line has always been profit at all costs.
Argue that your actions are necessary as a response to others' wrongdoing and in order to prevent even greater injustices from occurring.
No amount of socialism or free market ideology will save us from ourselves. There needs to be a fundamental rewrite of what we think we know.
Argue that your actions are required by the opposition's dishonesty and reflect your own integrity.
As of Monday, May 10th, it was reported by the Associated Press that the spill had spread to cover 2,100 square miles and was still spilling at a rate up to 210,000 gallons a day.
As of today, there has been no real progress in stopping this catastrophe.
This did not have to happen.
It happened because we continue to use an obsolete technology for the sake of maintaining a profitable establishment.
Argue that the people you represent are special and that your policies are based on high moral principles.
It is time for a viable solution to deal with a system hardwired for self-destruction. It is with that very unfortunate introduction that we, the Zeitgeist movement, now must enter the international conversation to express the need for true change.
Argue that those disadvantaged by your actions are contemptible and undeserving of consideration.
Time to pull the plug on this charade, because as you will find out, there is a better way.
Argue that you persevere and succeed when faced with obstacles, and that your actions empower the people.
Every man, woman, and child has a voice.
But together we can create one voice so deafening that no one will have a choice but to listen.